I'm continuing my road to 2000. And we get the white pieces. I want to play knight of 3. Let me make sure the dimensions are good. They aren't really. I mean, I can zoom it out a bit, I guess. Okay, that should be fine. Or, wait, I don't know if it shows up fully though. Well, I should move it this way, I guess. Okay. Oopsies. So now I'm playing chess. What's happening? I'm just gonna fianchetto. I play d4, I'll play c4. If they take, it's maybe a little annoying because I have to figure out what to do, but should be good for me if they take. Yeah, I don't want to play this. This is like what the... Well, they make an isolated pawn in this line, so it's not like the end of the world. This is what the Tarrasch, but usually in the Tarrasch, I don't think there's a fianchetto, so I don't really know what's happening. But we're gonna cast and play d4 probably, and if they take, then I'll adjust. But right now, I'm just planning on casting and playing d4. Okay, I could play d4 immediately, but I'm not going to avoid any of the complications. Intuitively, I feel like it's a better use of my time to just do this, because I'm pretty sure castling will be the best move. Although I don't know. I could calculate lines like this. Okay, now I think d4 is the best move, but let's see. Takes. Or I could start with takes here, but Huh. Take with knight is at least a little usable. I think I'm gonna play d4. There are other ways to play, but I think this is fine. And I think these ways are about equal. Maybe I'm getting too caught up in the idea that this is probably like theory, and I feel like theory would dictate that d4 and not d4 are both fine. Maybe I should start calculating. Okay, here, takes, e5's a move. Yeah, I assume takes, or just takes. Maybe I take here first, they take with a knight, and then I start with e4. They go back, and then you just push. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that this is correct. They might take with a d-pawn, which they have an isolated d-pawn, which I do enjoy playing against. Okay. So we get the isolated d-pawn in action. Ooh, I should plug in my computer. That's pretty important. If they push... Oh, I can't have my headphones in and this. Like, extension that I need to use to charge my computer. I guess I will just stop listening to the music. Okay. I could take... I don't know. If they push, is that bad for me or is that good for me? I'm gonna take. Might not be correct, and then I assume e6 is the move. Can they immediately get rid of the pawn in that case? I don't think so. Although maybe I want to develop the bishop first. If they push, gets rid of the knight's control over the square, which would be useful. I'm inclined to, but I can also just like go for like a fianchetto. Here, fianchetto. That's pretty strong because it's stopping the pawn from advancing. There's knight c3 ideas. They go here and they go knight c3. And then they, push, for example. Takes. But we are opening up the diagonal. Yeah, I don't know about that. This knight c3 move is a bit annoying. I want to plug in my computer though before I continue it analyze it further. I wonder if maybe I could try blockading it with the knights. Yeah, blockading the square might be smart, and it does open up my no, blockading it would hang the knight. Well, I can blockade it after playing e3. Yeah, so I think I'll start with e3. Again, this bishop move was an idea, but I think I'm just gonna play that b3 idea, or maybe a3 b4. Probably just b3 though. If I go here, well, they go knight here. I go here. That's an idea. I'm not sure it's a good one. I think I just immediately deal with the pressure by moving my queen up. I also play like h3. Let's see. Or if I were to play this, they were to take, push. That might be a bit annoying. But I can't really just be preventing that. I mean, I could play this queen c2 move, which seems odd, but I think it works. And also, it might help because of a pin against the queen with the rook, which is worth keeping in mind. So I think I do like this move, which hits the bishop, importantly. I don't see any problems with it, at least. Queen c2, hitting the bishop. We're going to be attacked on the c file in the future, but I think that's okay. We take it, I assume I take it back instead of taking the bishop. Yeah, I don't think taking the bishop makes much sense. And the whole idea here is basically that rook d1 is a very useful move, because then if they try to get rid of their weakness with the pawn by playing a move such as d4, the queen's pinned, so I kind of win time that way. This looks incorrect because it's not supporting the square. They're just trying to have the queen immediately go there, but oh, they're defending the bishop. Yeah, I forgot about that part. So on second thought, yeah, that makes sense. But now the knight's not coming to c3, which means that after I go to this square, this whole idea of pushing really never works, I don't think. Especially with the queen blocked. So yeah, we're good with that. So we're just going to start with, I believe, b3, so we can get this fianchetto in action. And then after they play rook here, I think I just blew my queen over here, and we're good. I mean, I could also just go to this square. I'm not sure what square is best, actually. With the knight, I feel like this, because this gives the knight this square. Doesn't really matter. Does the knight need that square? Yeah, it's really hard to say what's best. I guess this might run into this move at some point. But this also runs into this, so I think we'll go here. If they play this immediately, it doesn't work, although they could play takes. And would that be a problem? Yes. So actually I might want to pin myself again, which is insane to say. If I go here, they go here. Well, then they stop defending the pawn, so they can't do it immediately. So, as odd as that is, I think I might try it. Because they can't play it immediately, and maybe I'll have ideas in the future against it. And if this doesn't work, I feel like I backed myself into a corner. Let me look at OBS again, make sure the screen dimensions are actually good. Yeah, they're good enough. I guess I should move it a bit more to the right. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, bishop move. Main idea behind the bishop move is really stopping d4. This bishop's annoying. I really could start thinking about kicking it. This knight here is kind of a liability for them with my queen here, so yeah. The fact that they felt the need to play this instead of knight c3, I think justifies my idea of queen c2. I do still have to be on the lookout for this knight move here, but currently it hangs a pawn, as I mentioned. They play knight b6, that looks like a bad move to me intuitively. but I might have to do something to improve that. So I have ideas of maybe this knight move preventing this, but then with, opening up the queens seeing each other, I think there could be some problems. Also comes with attack on the knight, and not really like some losing problems, but more so some equalizing problems. I do want the bishop strong, but with a strong bishop comes a block knight, unless I play, knight c3, in which the bishop's a bit weaker. Granted, the bishop's never really even that strong. I'm gonna play rook d1, but this bishop. I might actually play h3 to clarify things, and if they don't take, well, then the bishop's off diagonal, and my knight is no longer attacked, and I have a bit more control, but they will be, eyeing this square to maybe trade the bishops, protect the pawn in general. There might be some problems there, and I've weakened my king like this against maybe a potential knight attack in the future. So, a lot to think about there. I think the very normal way of playing this though, just is doing this, but again, that might run into some issues with this knight move in the future. If it weren't for this knight move, however, I think I'm very clearly better, but this knight move might become good, and that's something I have to contest with. Okay, this is still hanging. I don't think there's any more calculation I need to do on that front. So I think what I'll do is I will get my bishop into the game. Stops any sack ideas moving the rook, if that ever matters. Probably won't, but also just covers this d4 push in the future. Brings this rook closer to coming into the game. Just makes a lot of sense. And if these two pieces stop defending this knight, we can damage their pawn structure. It's just a very good bishop. I'd really love to get rid of this knight. If I could meet this with this bishop move, I'd be pretty happy. But I also don't want to be playing this. So for example, if I play this, and now I can no longer take this pawn, they play this, then I take it. I don't want that trade. I really don't want to be trading the bishop for the knight, but I want there to be no tactical complications in the future with that regard, if that makes sense. So I can't play this because of this, because I don't want to trade this, but I just want the possibility in the future to do this. I could sit behind it. This attacks the pawn. It's very clear what it's doing. If it pushes, I think I just take. If I go here, they takes, push. I can still take, and I think it's good because the knight's blocking the queen. So, what was my idea? I don't remember. Was it this? I don't think so. It was knight c3. And I think it's a decent move. So yeah, we'll just hit this pawn here. If they go back, that's getting rid of a lot of complications in the future. And it clarifies things so I don't have to deal with certain move orders where I do have the knight here and it's blocking the bishop, or I don't have the knight there. That could be a smart move. Well, I think I will just simply ask them what they're gonna do. If they push, I think takes is probably fine, and whatever takes is okay. So I think I will just push. It's creating some weaknesses on the queen side for them to target in the future, but I think this is pretty annoying, so I want to deal with it immediately. Although, if I play this, is that knight move killing me? Maybe. Then I take here, but then this is hanging. So, if I start with this, I assume there's an issue. This knight move is annoying at least, although not the end of the world. Then I can play this. They go here and they go here. does knight? But I can't force that. Yeah, I feel a bit tired. I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to calculate this properly. Yeah, I don't like this, but that should be good for me somehow. They go back. Then maybe I can go back all the way and then kick the bishop or whatever. And what can they play to annoy this? I'm fearful of this move. If I go back completely, they can't really be hitting my queen with anything, except for the bishop, in which I can go back to d1. And then I'm threatening to take. If I go here, I didn't like the knight coming in. That's maybe fine. Yeah, we were gonna make a move in regards to the time situation and play this. I just allowed them to play this move, which was very stupid, I think. No, I have a pawn guarding the square, thank God. I have a pawn guarding that square. If I didn't have a pawn guarding the square, it'd be pretty annoying. But I have a pawn. To go back, go to d1. I can also repeat maybe once. Give me some more time. And maybe see if they make a different move, but I don't mind the queen on d1 so much. But okay, I could repeat once. Here, d1. Yeah, it's probably worth it to repeat once. Okay, they clarify that there. I don't see why I'm too concerned. Yeah, we are okay with this. In fact, I think I welcome it. Their knight goes here. And this scares me. Because... yeah, I don't think it does. And if I take with the bishop, I think that's bad though. So we just go back. And where's the knight going? I don't think anywhere too important. Okay. I'm threatening to take here. We take obviously. Yeah, I think the position's fine. I think I quite like how my pieces are lining up, and I can move a rook to the d1 file without there being a pin, which is very nice to me, for me. And their queen and rooks are a long ways from attacking with the knight on the king side. So... reasonable decision, I suppose, but... Ooh, actually they can push, right? And they get rid of their isolated pawn. I could maybe take like that, but that's kind of scary. I don't want to do that. So... yeah, and there's no like real idea of moving a rook to deal with that. So they might be able to push the pawn. Unless there is some resource I find. Is there a knight move that in any way really sticks out to me as something that gives me a way of doing better? No, I don't think so. I don't think this is useful to my ends. Might be a good move actually, but... Ooh, wait. It is. I go here, they push. I go here. I was thinking maybe they could just move, right? No, but the bishop's defended, yeah. No, but now this is... No, but that doesn't matter. Unless I'm attacking this knight. So if I were to, like, for example, move my queen to f4, they were to push, I would have this move. I could also put a rook behind in that case, but I have this move, this knight move, which reveals the bishop's attack on the pawn, while also attacking the bishop. Why is that useful? Oh, because if they just like take or whatever, then I can take the knight here. This move worked. This is getting like into some dangerous territory, I think. Bishop goes here. I mean, I can at least repeat. In that case, the knight goes here. That looks scary, but maybe okay. Because I have, well, I'm not really ever forking it. They just have to preserve this knight. But they have to preserve the knight. So if I were to like go to this square, then I am attacking the knight technically. This is getting complicated. But I just go back and they push, takes. Fuck, I want the queen trade though. I go back to here. They push, takes. Rook here. Then I am somewhat pinning the queen, but if they take the knight, it's not acceptable. That's just too complicated. Because I really want to play this move, but this seems risky. Knight's hanging. Yeah, I gotta defend it. Let's say they push it. Well, then I can just take the pawn. And that's presumably giving me enough squares. Here. Am I ever getting trapped? I mean, always this square to try to retreat. So let's hope this isn't losing. They attacked my bishop without me considering that, while attacking my queen. I just lost the game, didn't I? I think so. Yeah, I didn't consider this move. Oh well. What could I ever do about this to generate some form of counterplay? Yeah, that's losing. It's very losing. Okay, so how am I gonna play this? I think I'll start by going here. But then how? Also, that hangs the queen. Yeah, this is just. What are we gonna play for counterplay? I don't really have any squares. That's kind of the issue. I go here, I lose the queen, right? Just takes. Yeah. So we messed up. I'm gonna just go here, I think. Oopsies. do this, I guess. It doesn't look like there's very promising counterplay, but I could imagine ways of them throwing, I guess. Like, maybe I should have even just attacked the knight. Although I assume that's not good. I don't know, because if I attack the knight, the only square with me blocking the queen, which the pawn did decently, but it's probably not enough. Only squares are this and is nothing really. So, yeah, I think I messed up by taking this. Like, I could have not lost the game by playing this, actually. That's annoying, though. Yeah, because if I play this, I assume materials even, and it's, like, fine. Knight is just very trapped. Okay. No, like, takes here. Then I'm not even attacking it immediately, which is kind of annoying. Also, this move is a little annoying to defend the knight and reveals an attack on my queen if I go here, so I'd have to probably want to move the rook. It's a little annoying. Certainly. Okay, they're trying to put a rook behind it. But I don't know if that's adequate. If I just play this. Yeah, I think that's fine, maybe. Yeah, I don't see what they should do, is all I'll say. I don't know, maybe it's really bad though for me still. It's probably reasonable. Takes here. Could maybe just go for the pawns, but I don't think that makes sense. I want to go after this bishop, I think, but I don't really have a way of doing that productively. It's a shame that I can't just attack the queen in some way. Takes. Feels like the best I'm gonna get. I don't know how that's winning a piece though, but maybe I'm winning like 3 pawns. Yeah, I guess I'll go for the win 3 pawn strategy. Just wish I had the D file, but I don't have the D file because of this knight. I can't really push the pawns with the bishop there too, which is a little annoying because pushing the pawns, I guess, is my only real hope. I think they're considering taking with the pawn, so they keep an eye on the bishop. Whereas now here they might have to like move back or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they move the queen here. Yeah, I think queen a6 is probably best. And maybe their king's a little bit less defended. I don't know. It doesn't really seem too consequential. I can't really attack the queen with anything. Just the queen and a light square bishop will not checkmate the king. I have no file for my rook either. Could have tried to double the pawns here and then win this, but after move like a4, I don't think there's really anything to show for that. But the issue is this too. Even if I win this, well, what's the material count? I've lost a rook. What, I'm down an exchange? How does this work? I lose a rook for 2 pieces. I'm currently down a piece. So I have 2 pieces and they have a rook and a piece. So yeah. Wait, what? Isn't that a blunder? Oh, the queen defends the knight still. But doesn't like queen d2 win it? Queen d2. They can't move the knight. They can maybe defend it with the bishop, but then I push. Maybe they move like the rook in an annoying way. Here. Push, rook, move. There's like multiple pieces hanging. I think that's fine actually. What am I gonna do about this? Nothing? Yeah, I don't think I have anything to do about it. Maybe pushing. So what, rook c1 is my idea now? It's not hanging because that is hanging. Kind of true. I can't take it because of this. I mean, unless I can. Whatever, we'll go here maybe. I don't see that's helping, but maybe they'll move the bishop here and get back ranked. I don't know what's going on. I'll also take the knight, I guess, in these lines. Okay, I can't anymore. Go here. Wait, I can take, can I not? Maybe I can't. If I take it, that's probably a death sentence. Let's just go here, but no, they can move the knight here, for example. And then I can like attack the bishop. And then they can play this, but I have this, but then they have this, but I have this. And then this, and what I have that for the queen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think I play this. And then I think they can end up with the 2 pieces for a queen in a game. If they want. Or maybe there's better too. Here, here. Check. Takes. I believe. Or is it better too? Do they also have bishop? I don't know what's going on. Well, no, but I'd be taking that like that, so yeah. Did I ever have a chance to take the rook? No, maybe not. But if I get one with an open file, I mean, because if like the rook went here and I had a rook on the c files, which isn't happening, but then like this would be checkmating. I can win this pawn. These two will cause some trouble at least. Ooh, I can actually take like this, so I'd win the game. You don't have to take with the queen. So they take with the queen, there's mate. Or if they take the queen, it's mate, so, yeah. That's insane. Wait, what does this do? Wait, actually, I don't know what this does. Is that really checkmating? What if I just play this, though? I don't know. Maybe that would be checkmating for them. But I've won the piece back. Feels pretty good. They have a hanging rook. Okay, what? No, I'm lost. Isn't this just a free piece? Or I guess it's a trade, but it's an exchange. Now I just move my rooks here. And I think we're fairly safe. To go there, that's fine. Okay, we're attacking the bishop now. Then maybe we like push the pawns. I think we hear it's whatever. That's a little annoying at least. How does this perform? Because now we're threatening to take the bishop in some lines. Because we have this. Possibly smart. Looks pretty scary. We'll just play this, maybe? Go, let's say, here. They move up. I don't know what I'll play, really. Maybe I'll go here. I don't know. Is that annoying? It's annoying that I have to move at least. That is pinned. I don't want to be pinned. I'm gonna go here. I don't like this so much. I don't know. I kind of want to make space, but... Okay, we're gonna do this again. And then we'll like threaten. Okay, they didn't take that. Is that scary ever though? Go! Move. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Is that useful? I don't know if this does anything. I don't think it hurts me though. Because all my pieces are in fucking light squares anyways. I'll go back, I don't know. Don't think this is losing, right? No, I just hung a rook. Okay, but they unhung the rook? Better than losing the game, which happened. Check. Yeah, I don't think they have any threats here. I guess I'm not actually threatening to infiltrate here though, so... Yeah. The bishop's covering. Well, that's useful for me, I think. Maybe. Let's just go here. They didn't have to play that immediately, but they do. I mean, it's nothing wrong, but I feel like they should try to trap me with this fork if I get tempted to take. And now, like, this might be scary for them. Wait, what? That seems useful for me. Oh, I guess I can't go here ever though. So if they check, I have to go here. But I think I can like walk this way. I'll go here, because why not? Okay, I actually can walk this way now, I believe. Or I could still choose to walk this way. Here, check, down. Here, check. Here, check. Here. Seems complicated. I'm just gonna go this way. Whatever. I'll walk on up here. Force the bishop to choose a side. This attack might be scary. If they choose to go here, if they choose to go there, I will attempt to go after this pawn. This rook. I guess technically they still can do that. I didn't prevent it, because now it defends that. So I can attack it again. Is there another way of doing this? Well, I can attack it like here, for example. Which, I don't know if that's really helping, but changes the position a little. If I do this, I attack it. Wait, I want to go here, right? And we're threatening this, but they can go back. But I can attack this here. If they go back, I think I try to win the pawn or something. So don't I just like play check though? Like, check. Do I take this? Or I could take it like here too, but this seems certainly better. This seems like it's kind of scary for them. Check. Get out of here. Did I try to like move this over? I don't know how though. I guess I just go like here. Now they can't ever attack the rooks with their rook. Then I need to like push somehow. I don't really know how this is working. Yeah, I don't see a way for me to make progress. This is cool, but how am I taking this pawn? Oh? Wait, what? That's a mistake, I think. Because I think this is very strong now that the rook isn't behind the pawn. Because now I actually can move, and then I can just move back down and defend the pawn. Oh, I didn't consider this. Let's see. I go here. Do they have any threats? Not that I am aware of. Well, no. Then they can advance the pawn. And is that an issue? Maybe. I'm gonna play it. It's an idea. I can wait. Now I can attack this. I think this might be killer because now I'm attacking the rook. They gotta move the rook. And because they have to move the rook, I can take the pawn very freely. How many checks should I play? Because I think we're here. Is that good for me? Probably not. Probably do just want to take it like this. Takes. That should be enough to win. Takes, win. If I take it like this, I think I'm good. Because basically all I need to do is just sack with the winning king position. So I do this. And I'll just take the pawn with the winning king position. Check should be adequate. Let's just play here maybe. Let's play here real quick. I don't know what this does, but we're gonna play it. And we'll go here. If they go here, then bam, check. Okay. Let's go here. King goes up. We're not letting anything get forked by the bishop. Very good. Pawn goes up, and then we win. Go here. Bishop move, sack, takes, here, here. What is the annoying move would then be there. That wins, right? Takes. Here, yeah. Because my king's on the 6th rank, which I believe is adequate to win from these positions. If my king was on the 5th rank, if this happened a bit earlier, I would not be winning. But here I believe king c6, like they get opposition, play this, I go back, I push, and I think I'm winning. If I push here, push, yeah. I think this is pre-movable. But we'll wait. Here. Yeah. Okay, we did it. Oh my god. I was not expecting to win that. I really was not expecting to win that. I think I'm going to keep my analysis of this game a bit short. Because I have other things I want to do, but yeah, oh my god. Look at that. Look at that chart. Whew. So opening, was that fine? Yes, it was fine. Okay. What do they call this opening? Just English defense. Okay. Queen c2 is fine. What's that? Okay, whatever. apparently this was bit 9. And apparently, yeah, this runs into that. So big mistake for me, but I was able to claw my way back. Great rook sack, really great move. Pin. And then they mess this up, because if I take the rook, I lose, I believe, to like this check here. So yeah, sack here, whatever. So this is really cool find, but that doesn't work because it hangs a knight, and then they hung a rook. So yeah, there's this, or it's a trade. I guess it's not hanging it, but this is probably pretty intentional actually. But yeah, and here this, and I kind of messed this up, and I don't know what's happening. We trade. I mean, I could. Maybe that's the point of where I should go over. Maybe I'll go over it later, but not now. Okay, we're playing chess. And I kind of just outplay them here. Okay, yeah. That's gonna be that for now.